If I had not stopped worrying, I would have been in my grave long ago. By Connie Mack, the grand old man of baseball. I have been in professional baseball for over 63 years. When I first started back in the 80s, I got no salary at all. We played on vacant lots and stumbled over tin cans and discarded horse collars. When the game was over, we passed the hat. The pickings were pretty slim for me, especially since I was the main support of my widowed mother and my younger brothers and sisters. Sometimes the ball team would have to put on a strawberry supper or a clam bake to keep going. I've had plenty of reason to worry. I'm the only baseball manager who ever finished in last place for 7 consecutive years. I'm the only manager who ever lost 800 games in 8 years. After a series of defeats, I used to worry until I could hardly eat or sleep. But I stopped worrying 25 years ago, and I honestly believe that if I hadn't stopped worrying then, I would have been in my grave long ago. As I look back over my long life, I was born when Lincoln was president. I believe I was able to conquer worry by doing these things. 1, I saw how futile it was. I saw it was getting me nowhere and was threatening to wreck my career. 2, I saw it was going to ruin my health. 3, I kept myself so busy planning and working to win games in the future that I had no time to worry over games that were already lost. 4, I finally made it a rule never to call a player's attention to his mistakes until 24 hours after the game. In my early days, I used to dress and undress with the players. If the team had lost, I found it impossible to refrain from criticizing the players and from arguing with them bitterly over their defeats. I found this only increased my worries. Criticizing a player in front of the others didn't make him want to cooperate. It really made him bitter. So since I couldn't be sure of controlling myself and my tongue immediately after a defeat, I made it a rule never to see the players right after a defeat. I wouldn't discuss the defeat with them until the next day. By that time, I'd cooled off. The mistakes didn't loom so large, and I could talk things over calmly, and the men wouldn't get angry and try to defend themselves. 5, I tried to inspire players by building them up with praise instead of tearing them down with fault-finding. I tried to have a good word for everybody. 6, I found that I worried more when I was tired, so I spent 10 hours in bed every night, and I take a nap every afternoon. Even a 5-minute nap helps a lot. 7, I believe I've avoided worries and lengthened my life by continuing to be active. I'm 85, and I'm not going to retire until I begin telling the same stories over and over. When I start doing that, I'll know then that I'm growing old. Connie Mack never read a book on how to stop worrying, so he made out his own rules. Why don't you make a list of rules you've found helpful in the past and write them out right now?